I bet you never heard of half of these fragrances we're going to talk about today, but they'll blow your mind for the fall time. What's good, guys? Hunter here and welcome back to Fragrance Hunter. Hope you're all doing good. Today we are doing the top 10 indie fall fragrances for 2025. Now this list is going to be for the people that actually want to stand out, not smell like everybody else wearing those typical designer and niche fragrances. And trust me, I got some bangers on this list today that you've never heard of before. And just gonna be the list for the true fragrance enthusiasts that don't want to smell like the general public. And this list is gonna consist of some cheaper fragrances, some a little bit more expensive fragrances, etc. So we pretty much got everything. And of course, when we're looking for fall fragrances, guys, we want boozy, cozy, warm, sweet, resinous, and smoky fragrances. And this list, like I said, covers every single thing. But before we go ahead and get into my list, drop some of your hidden gem fall fragrances you're rocking in 2025, and let's get right into it. The first fragrance we're talking about is coming from Ellis, Brooklyn. It's the brand new Vanilla Man, and I'm calling out all fair lovers out there. You absolutely have to check out this one, guys. It's a fresher, more crowd-pleasing take onto that DNA. Plus, it's made by both of the same two perfumers that made All Fair, also made Vanilla Man, so you already know it's gonna be great. Far more aromatic from juniper, lavender, and sage. You also get that warm resonance elemi and alabanum with, of course, that sweet, spicy vanilla, very similar to the vanilla you find in Althera as well. And just like that name says, a very masculine vanilla fragrance for the man out there. So if you're ever in Sephora with your lady, absolutely go ahead and check this banger out, especially for the fall season. Next up is my favorite fragrance from Supers for the fall time, and it is, of course, Gentleman. If you want to smell like you're chilling in a cigar lounge, guys, smoking a cigar, drinking some whiskey, this is the fragrance for you. And it literally smells like fall in a bottle, guys. Because in this one, you get a ton of spices, this earthy cherry pipe tobacco, spicy, cozy vanilla with a little bit of this kind of chocolatey cacao. It's almost in the same direction as something like Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille, but done a little bit different and adds this kind of chocolatey cacao, which I think works flawlessly. I mean, literally, if you had to choose one fragrance from the house of Supers Budapest for the fall time, I would absolutely recommend Gentleman 10 out of 10 times. Also has a burst of sweetness thrown into this DNA, guys, and it's incredible. Like I said, if you want to check it out, go to Supers, use code HUNTER10, and you're gonna save 10% off at checkout. Next up, for my gourmand lovers, I got a great one for you, and it is coming from the 7 Virtues Buttercream Haze, which is literally brand new for this season, guys. And if you love gourmands, you have to check this one out. It opens up with this very creamy buttercream and vanilla combination, starts to dry down into this kind of maple syrup, guys. Very sweet, gooey, and delicious. You also get a little bit of this caramel and tonka bean to dry down as well. And I'm telling you, this is one of the best gourmands I've ever tried, and that's coming from somebody that really isn't the biggest fan of gourmands personally. But hey, for the fall time, we need some gourmands, of course. It smells like chilling at a coffee shop, guys. Like, this is so good. And I don't know about you, but I don't think I've ever smelled any other fragrance with the note of like maple syrup. And of course, maple syrup is absolutely fall season without a doubt. So yeah, you can check this one out. I think they have them at like Sephora or Ulta, and it's absolutely worth it for gourmand lovers for the fall season. This next one is one of the best cherries I've ever tried, and it is Fleur's Cherry Stem. Also brand spanking new, guys. And if you love cherry, this one might honestly blow your mind. It opens up with one of the darkest black cherry notes I've ever tried. Very dark and juicy. It also has this boozy brandy in the opening, so it's a boozy cherry opening type of fragrance, which I love. Forget about Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. This one right here completely takes over. It's darker than Lost Cherry, boozier than Dark Cherry, and I just think it's a better fragrance when it comes down to it. And Lost Cherry is now like $600 for 100 ml, which is crazy to even think about. You also get this dark fruity plum, a little bit of this kind of sweet sugar, and this ebony wood dry down, which has got to be like the darkest wood out there, guys. If you're looking for that cherry fragrance to rock for the fall season, you really cannot go wrong with Cherry Stem. This next fragrance might be the most expensive fragrance on this list, but man, this is going to be for the true fragrance enthusiasts out there that want to stand out, and this is the Perfumist Spice Rouse. So for all my spicy lovers out there, this one has to be on your radar. It's one of the most authentic, natural smelling spicy fragrances I've ever tried in my entire life. It literally smells like walking down an ancient spice market is the exact vibe this gives off. And of course, For the fall time, you need your spices. You get like nutmeg, black pepper, coriander. That dries down to this kind of musky, leathery, amber dry down, guys. And I'm telling you, this stuff smells like it came out like 1,000 years ago. And if you've never heard of the perfumist, this is like the definition of indie perfumery at its finest, guys. This fragrance will literally almost make you sneeze when you apply it because it's that spicy. So if that's for you, check out Spice Route. This next fragrance is for the smoky lovers out there, and it is Bouchard-Colbert's Fashion Dior, guys. Now this one really grew on me. Of course, my favorite from the house is a Knife Thrower, but that's fresher. This though opens up with this mandarin orange, very fruity, mixed together with a burst of this smokiness, almost like smoking a orange is the exact vibe this gives off. And dries down to this kind of leathery suede, pink pepper, amber, and a ton of woodiness. Yeah, this one's a lot better than I remember last time I tried it. And Bouchard-Colbert make absolute artistic fragrances. I've tried the entire collection, guys. They're all very different, very unique. And if a suede kind of smoked orange sounds good to you for the fall season, this one you absolutely gonna have to check out. Now for the fall season, of course, we're gonna need a cozy vanilla. I love vanilla, so there might be another vanilla on this list. However, though, the first one we're talking about is Octavia Morgan's Casablanca, which I believe is one of the newer fragrances from Octavia Morgan, exclusive to like Ulta. And this is a solid kind of fruity plum, cozy cashmere with a ton of this sweet, creamy vanilla in the dry down. This one is great, guys, especially if you love fruity plum and vanilla. Casablanca has to be on your radar. Doesn't really remind me of any other vanillas, which is a good thing because I have so many vanillas in the collection, guys, of course. And this one would also smell fantastic on a lady. So if you're a lady, happen to watch this list video, check out Casablanca for the fall time as well, but definitely for the guys too. It's very, very cozy and primarily coming from the cashmere, like being wrapped up in a cashmere sweater, added some vanilla. That's how this smells, and it works excellent for the fall season. The next fragrance has got to be one of the sexiest fragrances on this list, perfect for a date night in the fall season. It is Marley Fragrance Lights Down Low. I recently talked about this entire line pretty much, guys, and Lights Down Low has got to be my favorite one from Marley Fragrance that I've tried. This stuff is insane, especially if you like amber, because it opens up with this very kind of fruity tropical pomelo, sea salt, and orange combination that I promise you will not remind you of any other fragrance you've ever tried in your entire life. That starts to dry down to this kind of fruity floral rosehip, clove leaf, and of course this amber sandalwood dry down that is so seductive in my opinion. And of course, like that name says, guys, Lights Down Low is a time you wear this one. Like, this smells like sitting at a very high-end fancy restaurant. The lights are kind of dim. You're having a nice kind of exquisite meal. That is a time I'll pull this baby out. Is exactly for that kind of situation for the fall season in the evening. Yeah, just an excellent fragrance. If you've never heard of Marley Fragrance before, they are pretty much made from Bob Marley's daughter. It's inspired by Bob Marley himself, the legend, in collaboration with the niche brand of Michael Malal, which we pretty much all know at this point. But yeah, Lights Down Low had to make this list for the fall season. The next fragrance is coming from Sphinx Fragrances, and it is Vanilla Azure. Now this baby right here, guys, for all vanilla lovers, just go ahead and get a bottle of this and you're not gonna be disappointed. Now Sphinx Fragrances is like the definition of indie perfumery, guys. They have so many fantastic fragrances in their collection, and Vanilla Azure has got to be one of the best that I own from Sphinx, hands down. This one's very creamy, lactonic. You get vanilla, sweet toffee, a creamy kind of cloud-like marshmallow, and there's a very lactonic coconut. It's also very, very milky, and it starts to dry down kind of chocolatey from like praline, dates. You also have a boozy rum thrown into the mix too. There's cinnamon in here, there's resinous myrrh, there's even oud, leather, benzoin, ebony wood. This fragrance has a ton of notes going on. Very, very complex vanilla fragrance right here. I mean, this fragrance almost has a personality disorder, guys. It changes like almost every 5 minutes. And trust me, that's not a bad thing, because almost every single change with this fragrance is still good. But believe me, what you get in the opening is not going to be anything like you get in the dry down from a Vanilla Azure, and I love that. I almost forgot how good of a vanilla this one is. I might have to wear this one today. This stuff is solid, guys. So Vanilla Azure from Sphinx absolutely had to make this top 10 indie fall list this year. Last up, we have another pretty expensive fragrance, but this one is good, and it is coming from Aesop. This is the newest one, Earner, guys. And man, if you don't know anything about Aesop, they have one of the most like exquisite like soaps, fragrances, etc. And Ouranon is gonna open up with this spicy pink pepper, spicy seductive cardamom right away in the opening. It does have a splash of like citruses there, but quickly dries down in this kind of floral magnolia and chamomile. Now this literally smells like drinking chamomile tea, which always brings me comfort, guys, especially during like the fall season. And a base of course, cedar wood and this kind of green herbaceous cypriot oil, guys. And Ouranon right now, guys, this one is amazing and fits the fall season perfectly. And absolutely one of the most expensive smelling fragrances on this indie list, hands down. For some reason, Aesop fragrances go completely under the radar. So worth checking out if you want to smell different, believe me. But that's gonna do it for my top 10 indie fragrances for the fall season of 2025. Like I said, if you haven't already, drop your top hidden gem fragrances for the fall season that nobody else is rocking. Because of course over here, we like to stand out, right? But besides that, leave a like on the video, subscribe below if you haven't already, because what are you doing? I got you guys with daily fragrance content. And of course, I'll catch all of you back here tomorrow. Take care, everybody.